Welcome everyone to Klawd Talks. This is going to be the third episode, and today we have with us Jouhar from Jordan, Oman. And Jouhar is originally from Palestine. He's the founder of DemaDose. He specializes in digital marketing, brand building, content creation, and sales. So today we're going to talk about how to build brands, how to create content. Welcome, Jouhar.
Hi,
How are you doing?
doing good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Awesome.
So let's start from the beginning. How did the journey start? What was the story like?
Well, I started since I was 8 years old, actually, because what things happening in Palestine. So I had to start very early. And since I was 8 years old till now, I actually didn't stop sales, marketing, and like that you can say the mindset of side hustles and entrepreneurship, etc. So yeah,
When did you leave Palestine? What was the year?
something like that. I was saying between 2013, like something like that. I'm not sure exactly the year, but when I started working, it was 2014, I believe. Yeah, 2014.
What was your first gig or job like? Was it marketing? Was it sales? I read
I
on your
was,
LinkedIn bio that you started selling at the age of 9, I think.
yeah, I used
Okay.
to steal my brother's toys and start selling it in the school. And I also sold the snow in the winter. It was actually a great gig. So all the time it was between me and myself, not getting hired. That's, you can say, self-employed thing.
And right, what is DemaDose? Let's talk about it. I read about
So
DemaDose. Is it your brand?
yeah, it is. It's still not published yet. We are in the waiting list phase, you can say. It's similar to Shopify idea, but it doesn't create websites, it creates apps. And the idea behind it also is to increase the customer loyalty for restaurants and e-commerce stores, supermarkets. So we tried our system in general, and it's actually gave a lot of great results. And right now, like when we want to launch, we will say if you didn't get 15% in customer loyalty, we will give you 1 year for free. So that's how much like we believe in the system that we are working on. So yeah,
Interesting. So are you working with a team or is it solo foundation right now?
no. I have a team of 10 people, I believe. Most of them are developers, and the rest of like you can say designer, etc. Content, like in the content phase, almost all of them are developers.
Yeah. So I think we consume a lot of content about entrepreneurship. My idea is I have seen LinkedIn posts, podcasts, success stories, people going from zero to hero. But people don't have any idea that things are really messier when we are building from zero. It's like
Yeah.
working on a campaign for weeks, then it completely tanks and questioning whether you made the right decision. So do you have any such ideas or thoughts or backstories? How struggling, challenging was it building?
I like to say a quote that I believe Alex Hormozy said it. It's actually entrepreneurship is just when you want to start a marathon, but you just start. Like somebody just tell you start without knowing your deadline, without knowing anything. And it actually described the whole entire actual truth. But the things that we usually see in social media, like everybody actually kind of like got sold on 90 days, you get $1 million or whatever. It will not be like that. If someone who is not entrepreneur and watching this, it's not going to be like this at all. You will work a lot, especially if you are between you and yourself, because in the start you probably don't have a team. So you're going to learn every single skill every single day. You wanna actually quit, and it's really hard, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like facing rejection every single day
Hmm.
is, you can say, a tip of the iceberg. You can say, like I probably met 20 investors or 15 investors in general in my career for DemaDose or something else. Every single time they actually tell me no, and then every single time I start working harder, etc. But yeah, rejection after rejection.
So what I can get from DemaDose is like a B2B software that you are
Yeah, it is.
developing right now.
For
Okay.
restaurants and e-commerce. So you can say targeting
Hmm.
small to mid-sized business owners
Hmm.
who are struggling, like who are actually stuck around 100 customers a month, you can say. So
Hmm.
the system actually going to help them because to increase the customer loyalty. That's the idea behind
Correct.
it.
How is the market currently looking like in that space where you're building?
It's actually big. Before DemaDose, I had many ideas, and one of them is DemaDose. And one of the ideas was targeting gym owners and fitness coaches. So I launched a waiting list phase, you can say, and I made a meeting with my potential clients. With my other ideas, probably out of 100 people, probably between 10 or 20 maximum people who actually joined the waiting list. But in DemaDose, for more than 70 people out of 100 restaurant actually joined the waiting list and actually paid to join the waiting list. Because like for me, if you want to make a waiting list, you have to actually just charge even $5. Just charge something. Because like you don't want to like you want to make sure that they are not giving you a pet talk. I guess it's called in English, isn't it? Yeah. So like that's when I saw the how much do they really need it, I actually kept focusing on it because there's a huge pain in customers' loyalty, especially for restaurant part because they are on DoorDash and this third party platforms.
Yeah.
So yeah, when but also if you don't know the third party platforms, they get a huge cut from them. So I was going to tell them in a way that stop renting your customers, actually own them. So they actually believed in the idea, and that's why 70 of them actually paid to join the waiting list.
Do you have technical experience of building softwares, or were you
No,
non-technical founder?
I'm not a technical person actually. I tried to be technical. I got a course, but I just looked at it in a way that it's not for me. And I have my own, like you can say, co-founder, and he's really great to be honest with you in developing, etc. And he's the one who's building the coder, the developers team actually. And yeah, I trust him with every single move, especially in this side, you can say.
Yeah, you were taking care of the business side of things, I think.
Mm. Like I was
Okay. Okay.
like the CEO, what does the CEO usually do? Try to find people who are actually great and trying to find investors, etc. And marketing. This goes on. And from his own side, he just need to actually build the MVP, build the app, etc. And when I tell him about specific future, he have to fix it or build it. Yeah, so like you can say we have a great communication together, and that's what team actually need to have.
Yeah. So, what is your philosophy on founder-led content creation? How will it help the business? How does it make you stand out? Or does it have any, impact on the sales that you're going to generate down the line?
It will, of course, help and make a huge impact. I mean, by the way, like I was kind of speaking in a way like small niche, speaking to founders, etc. And I didn't think that it actually like LinkedIn that much going to help me in general because like I used to make one video, let's say, and try to monetize it in a way that actually fit each platform, not trying to bring a new idea. And actually, one of the investors actually spoke to me from LinkedIn. So when I noticed this, I said, you know what, this platform has a huge potential. Actually, even if my post is not getting a huge reach or whatever, still has potential with this small amount of reach. I kept going in, to be honest with you. I don't know if you noticed in my oldest days in LinkedIn, I posted a few times and then I left it. I thought it will be better than that. When I actually got the investor, I immediately started doubling down into it. But yeah, like if your main goal is to help founders or help specific audience, you're doing your job. You should just throwing your own value. And at the end of the day, actually, like if it works, great. If it didn't, well, you have to you can say analyze what happened and try to rechange your.
Yeah, I think LinkedIn especially is very underrated nowadays. I think there are a billion users, reported users, and only under 1% of them are active. So there is a huge potential out there on LinkedIn.
So if you are posting, you are 1% of the people.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So let's shift some gears towards sales. I think sales is something a lot of founders struggle with, So what are your thoughts on, did selling come naturally to you, or did you have to learn it? How did you develop that skill?
Well, look, sales is when you understand the core idea behind sales, you start not struggling with it. I mean, because your main goal is what? Listening to the customer and knowing what he really wants, and then telling him that, hey, by the way, I have this product for you. it can be a great fit for you. But most salespeople, they come to you, they show you the product and they tell you, please buy it or whatever. And that's why a lot of people are actually struggle with sales. And I believe sales is not only a business tool. I totally believe it's a tool in general. You have to use it in your life in general. Like, think about it. When you and your friends are actually trying to discuss where you want to eat, you're trying to actually sell them an idea that this restaurant is better than the restaurant they actually showed. The way, like, your position actually going to be, like, if you are in sale, if you are in business, you have to learn sale in deeper level. And if you have a bigger position in business, same thing, you have to learn deeper. But it's actually ends up on just learning what the customer really wants or need actually. So it's really easy when you have this philosophy actually.
What do you think is the biggest mental block or an obstacle that prevents people from becoming good salesperson? Is it something psychological or is it something, you know, their business thinking? What is something?
That's a great question to ask. I believe they think they can actually, or they should sell. If you are in sales and your main goal is selling, you didn't get the idea behind sales. That's what I believe why most people actually quit and say sales is not for me, because you're actually selling. You're not doing the main thing what sales is all about. Again, just ask questions, etc. Show the customer you care about his decision or whatever, and then actually show him the product. That's the whole entire, I believe, why people a lot quit sales.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on the idea of outbound and inbound? Is reaching out better or creating your own content and then people land you on your page is better? How do we balance that?
Look, for me, if you wanna try to make content and then outreach for people, it will be hard if you are trying to do it without a team or without having a great calendar. Actually, for me, if you don't know, most of my content have been rescheduled weeks before. So I actually just have 1 or 2 days. It's just focusing on content, and then the rest about outreaching businesses and cold calling them or whatever. So it's kind of like management more than anything, any issue in general.
How has AI changed the approach of, outreach and sales? I know that it has made outreach easier because most stuff is now automated, cold calls and cold mails. But is there any other role AI is playing in sales and marketing?
Actually, a lot of people are using AI to replace them. And if you are trying to do any outreach, you can tell if someone, outreach to you, you can actually tell if that's AI or no. So I believe it's easier right now to stand out in the outreach game than before. I'm not saying that don't use it. Of course, you have to use it, but don't make it replace you. A lot of people, when they let's say outreach to me or whatever they want to work with us, I tell him like both of us are going to use ChatGPT or any AI tool. What's the difference between you using this AI tool and me using the same AI tool? So how are you actually approaching AI will actually make you stand out. That's why I believe.
Right, great point. You also mentioned that you have a coaching practice too. What is that about? Do you coach entrepreneurs or startups?
I actually, my coaching career it was small. Like you can say some small gigs. I actually saw a great result from it. But usually, my coaching in general is all about speaking with the founder, actually showing him the whole entire system, like his business, why it's not, let's say, moving. It's usually a management issue with the team, or he is just focusing in the product without focusing something else. So every single time I actually do coaching for any business, I just notice the same problems again and again and again. They don't train their team. They focus on the product without focusing on the customer in general. I'm not saying focusing on a product is bad, but
Mm.
if you have a great product and you didn't know how to present it, what's the idea behind it? So yeah, that's most, you can say, most common mistakes. And if you notice, my entire content is just saying this is the most common problems, because that one I noticed. It's pretty simple to fix when you actually have this, you can say, helicopter view, I believe they call it, when you actually look at the problem outside from your position. So it's actually just management issues, marketing issues, or sales.
What's one piece of advice would you give to someone who is scared to start a business right now?
Well, it's actually like, look, you have to get the idea that, of course, business is not for everybody. And what you see online is not in real life at all. But you can say diet trying is better than actually just thinking about it or dreaming about it. That's what I believe. Like for me, I like to keep following the dream, stay awake for the rest of my life. You can say, by the way, I sleep 4 hours or 3 hours a day. This is what's entrepreneurship. If you think you are ready for this, well, also, I would love to have more competitors, I guess. But you can say also before joining or opening any business, try to make sure it's not a new business. Try to make sure that it has demand, it has competitors, and then try to reshape it in a way that can actually make you actually stand out in a blue ocean. So a lot of people are actually going in a new business style, like nobody have think of, and that's why a lot of businesses actually fail because everybody, like you can say, of course, somebody has think about this business that you actually think about. So it's better for you to start with something already has demand, and of course, start with someone who's has a bit more experience than you in a specific thing. For me, when I started DemaDose, I started with my co-founder because he has a great experience in coding. You cannot do everything by yourself. And that's what I try to say.
Yeah, I think a lot of non-technical founders struggle with finding someone who is aligned with their purpose of building business at that level. So, how do we go about it? How does one find someone who has the same passion to build or aligned with the idea? And how did you go about that?
I was kind of lucky, you can say, but I have a huge networking in general. And one of my friends he is studying computer science and he liked this thing. And he was also my partner in different things. And he was also my video editor, by the way. But of course, it's hard to find someone. I believe if you start in the start by yourself, and then while you are working and while you are, especially in the content world right now, a lot of people will actually DM you and tell you, hey, I believe I'm a great fit for you because I noticed a lot of people right now doesn't have a big network like I have. And you have to start from zero by yourself. And then somebody actually going to outreach you, or if you find someone, you can actually talk to him in the content world.
Yeah, cool. George, we are reaching 25-minute mark and I have a segment of rapid fire rounds. So I'll just throw 5 to 6 questions to you and you can share your thoughts on them.
Oh.
So the first one is best platform for building an audience right now.
It depends on your audience.
Sorry?
It depends on the audience. What's your audience, target audience? If you want to target CEOs, let's say, we can go to LinkedIn. If you want to go with CEOs but younger generation, go to Instagram. That's what I believe.
Do you think B2B businesses have place on Instagram? A lot of businesses are experimenting that too. But do we have I think from a brand building point of view it's quite impressive.
Instagram and like the whole entire social media part, I mean. But branding will not be only from LinkedIn. I don't think any brand actually grew from LinkedIn. But personal brands actually grew from LinkedIn, yes. So if you want to start in a business page, I believe start with Instagram. If you want to focus founder in a higher level, go with LinkedIn, I believe.
Right. Second one is biggest marketing mistakes you see businesses make.
When they, let's say, want to do influencer marketing, let's say, they try to bring the whole entire budget on, let's say, 5 YouTubers who are literally big, and they could have just bring 100 YouTubers who are smaller in the same budget. And matter of fact, it will give them better results, to be honest. I've tried this, I've tried that, and I saw a huge difference of result.
What is that one tool or software you can't live without?
In the AI, I believe ChatGPT, to be honest, and Gemini.
A book recommendation, something you have read recently or one of your favorites?
If you are starting, I believe Alex Hormozy book's great. But if you already have your own product and you are kind of above Alex Hormozzi's level of book, go with the, what is it called? Blue Ocean Strategy. It's actually incredible.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Hardest part about entrepreneurship that nobody talks about.
That you will stay alone, to be honest. Even if you like half of the time, if it's not all the time, as an entrepreneur, you will actually just have, you can say no life. Because there's nothing you can say balancing, especially in the early days. Because let's be honest, you want to win in the start and you will work a lot of hours on something you are not sure if that's the right thing or not. Or you probably start following somebody's advice just because he has massive following and you're still not sure if this is right or not. So entrepreneurship is really hard from this actually part because like it doesn't have 1+1 actually two. That's the hard part about it doesn't have a playbook.
Okay. So the last one is best piece of business advice you have ever received from a mentor, from a book, or anywhere.
Actually, Tambi said this. Tambi, the investor who came to, okay, he gave me multiple hard lessons from that call. And he looked at me, told me, don't quit today. Tomorrow it will be better. So if you, every single time you have a hard time, just quit tomorrow, not today. That's the thing actually he taught me, you can say.
That's great. Thank you, Johar, for your time. We have hit the 30-minute mark. And I know you have been very busy. You are building your own business and you are being very active on content creation too. But thank you so much for taking out the time
Also,
today.
thank you for making me, for letting me be in your platform. And yeah, that was great.